Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I did it! I finally achieved a fully completed coloring book, and obviously it's going to be Small Victories. Um, since the book came out last year, I have been really coloring a lot in this book very regularly, and I really had a good time. And I want to show you today the completed book, full book flip through, to show you everything that I did. But before that, let me tell you a bit about um, my approach for this book. When I got this book, I was sick, and it was really difficult for me to color larger pictures. And this book was really exactly what I needed at the time, because I was able to do small things one at a time, and not worry so much about creating the perfect masterpiece with complicated backgrounds using all kinds of different media. So it was really just coloring for relaxation. And I thought the best way to do that was to also just limit myself with the medium that I used. And I decided to use my Ergosoft colored pencils. They are from Staedtler. And I had this tin of 36 pencils. And no, that's the new one. It was not completely full when I started, but I used up a lot of the colors during my coloring of Small Victories. You can see some of them are really, really tiny now. So I had to invest in a second one. You can also see some of them are still large, but many of them are really, yeah, used up, you could say. So I got a second box of Ergosoft pencils, and also this one is used to a certain extent. I mean, you can see which greens I really like the best, obviously. Yeah, and I really like the Ergosoft pencils. They are not a professional grade pencil, but they are really nice to use. They are more of a hard pencil. Um, and the 36 colors is really the maximum color range that you can get. But exactly this limitation was what attracted me to use these pencils in the book, um, because by using only these 36 pencils in all the book, now everything really looks cohesive and like it belongs together, because the colors are repeating themselves, and I really like the effect that I achieved then in the Small Victories book by limiting myself to this small set of colors. All right. So I'm not going to tell you what I used on each page, because it's going to be exactly the same for every page. I have not colored the cover, and I don't have any intention to do so, because um, I think it will be messed up anyway. I'm not that careful, to be honest, with my books, and you see it's a bit dirty. I mean, this is not going to look good if I color it. All right, then let's get started. I'm so excited. And I colored really every page, even those little elements on some of the pages. I will not say something about every page, because some are maybe not that special, but if there was something that I was thinking, or maybe something that I like especially, or certain circumstances, I will tell them during our flip through. So this is one of the double page spreads that I liked especially. In many cases, not in all of them, I try to make double pages look similar by using a similar color palette. And here I did the moth mandala first, and I used these fall colors because I colored in fall, obviously. And then I used the same colors that I had here later, also for those little vignettes. But I added some further colors, like the green and a bit of pink. And I really like especially how those turn out. I like the color palette in this page. I think they turn out really, really pretty. Those independently from each other. There's again a matching double page spread. I really enjoyed coloring all those little houses in this book. I don't know why, but they were really relaxing to color. I really like those little dinosaurs. I did actually those leaves first. Yeah, I was coloring this page with all the leaves, and I was so much in the flow. I just continued and colored all these leaves as well with the different green tones, and then I wanted to do the dinosaurs also in different green tones, and I think they turned out really cute. This is also a matching double page. I did the mandala first, and I really loved the color combination that I used. It's kind of aquatic, but still muted, and I just used the same colors then later also for the fish. So this is a very simple one. For this year, I was thinking um, of doing some kind of, I don't know, barbification of the house. So this one starts out pretty normal, just a little bit of pink and purple, and then the houses get more and more pink, and this one is like the end result when everything uh, has turned pink and it's now a Barbie house. I don't know. I thought it was fun. This is one of the most recent pages that I colored. Um, I did the little islands first. I like that they all have a little bit of a different background and mood. And then did the ships. And I really like how both those pages turn out. Back page is also very simple. And this one I really like because I used the same turquoise background and the same color for the greenery for all of those and just different colors for the flowers. So they all somehow match from the color scheme. I also really like this double page spread. I really enjoyed coloring flowers in this book. This was also something that I found very, very relaxing. So I did these two first, one in pink and one in blue, and then I kind of mirrored the colors for the flowers over here to the snail and to the bee, and I like them as well. Here I did the mandala first, and I didn't think it was so special. It's not one of my favorite pages, but then I used the same colors again to color those little vignettes, and I think they turned out really pretty. So here I think the color combination is a little bit nicer. I added this purple on this page. Maybe that gave a bit more interest. Here I did the pencils first. I think it's nothing special, but it's a pretty page. And for the food page, I was not sure in the beginning if I could make it look good, but it turned out nice and it was actually fun to color the foods. I was not so sure about that in the beginning. This is also a very recent page. I colored it during our vacation this summer. And this was an earlier one, and I decided to make the background of all those little circles in a dark gray, and then I used somehow rainbow colors like blue, purple, pink, red, and orange, um, and made this pattern, if you will, of the flowers. And I really like this one. I did this page first, and it's still one of my favorites with the little shells. I think they turned out all very pretty. I really like that one. And here for the bonsai trees, I decided to do the different seasons. And I also like how this turned out. So we have spring and winter, we have summer and fall. And I think they are all really nice. Here I did this page first, and I really like the color combination of all those pinks. So I decided to use the same color combination for the bird, and I think it looks really cool. These both pages were more of a relaxing coloring, so I don't think they're too extraordinary. Yeah, but I had fun coloring them. I like those two, like the one with the fish and the little houses in the jars. Here I like this one best because I like the color combination that I used for this one a lot. This is also okay. I did this page first. It was not my favorite page, but when I started coloring it, I still had fun, and I just used the colors also here for the cupcakes, for the bottom parts, again to somehow make it cohesive. Then this was the first page that I colored, and I did it as a color along with my mom, and I think her page looks a lot better. I'm not so happy with this, how this one turned out. I think I went a bit overboard with this gold and pink, and it looks like everything is a bit too much. But it's okay. I mean, it's not terrible. It's just not my favorite. And this one is the last page that I colored in the book. Two ducks, and I also colored them together with my mom. Because when I realized I had only a handful of pictures left, I asked her if she wanted to do one last color along together with me in the book. And then we decided to do this page, and it was last weekend when we did that. And yeah, it's actually my last page that I have colored in the book. Here I colored this one in December, and I tried to make it look a bit Christmassy, so I turned all the shrubbery here into snow, and this looks like cookies and poinsettia leaves and like a sugar cane. So I tried to make all elements whenever possible to look a bit like Christmas, and I think it worked. Yeah, it's not a rock, it's an ice block. I really liked the idea of doing that here. And then I wanted to have this page somehow matching, but I didn't want to turn it into a winter page. So I just used a lot of pink and red tones, mainly red, color all the mushrooms. Yeah, I think it's really, really cute. I like both pages. I also like both of these pages. I mean, they're really just flowers, ornamental, mandala, but I think they're really pretty because I really like the color combination that I used for both of the pages. Also like the color combination that I used for this heart. And I also like all four of those floral ornaments. I think they are really pretty. And I enjoyed coloring especially those things so much. I never had thought it would be like that. Now, because if I have a larger picture and have so many flowers, I tend to get tired of flowers. But this I really enjoyed. This page of little elements, and I especially like those uh, sausage dogs. I think they turned out so cute. They were really fun to color. They are one of my favorites. Did the little ships, the lighthouse in a bottle, this houseboat thing, some little houses. They were really fun, but I think nothing extraordinary. Here I did the little birds first. I wanted to give them somehow budgie colors, um, yellow and blue, and I like how I used the different yellow and blue tones, and then I just used the same colors, the blue and the yellow, and also some green and brown for the feathers on the opposite page. I did this one first. It's again like this other page with the houses. I love to include some rainbow elements in all the houses. I think that makes it look really pretty. And this page is also a more recent one, and I was really unsure how to do this, and that's why I didn't color it very early in the process, because I was not sure how I would make those um, space galaxy backgrounds look good. But then I just went for it, and I think it turned out really cool. I like it as well. Some forest animals. I think they are all really cute. Another ornament. More ornaments. Here I used gray and black backgrounds. I liked coloring the fruit. This was also something I was not so sure about in the beginning, but I enjoyed it, especially the fruit that I was able to identify was fun to color. I'm not so sure about these two, and this one I have absolutely no clue what it's supposed to be. But I just colored it somehow, and I don't worry so much about it. This is also, I think, the second to last page that I did in the book. And I was not so sure about the purple that I used here. I had the feeling that I ruined it with this purple. I didn't really like it. I thought it did not fit, but when I started, I just had to push through. I actually also did not use an eraser in this book, so it was really only the Ergosoft pencils. No gel pens, no Posca, no eraser, nothing. So that was also a challenge by itself. I really like how this little tortoise has turned out. Also like those circular elements. I like to combine different backgrounds with different colored flowers. I think this always gives really, really nice patterns. Then I did the different wreaths. I did them always during the matching season. So the first one that I did was the summer wreath around this time last year. And next, obviously, I did the fall wreath, and then the Christmas one for winter. And then the last one that I did was the spring one this year in March. I like those four. And here I did this page first with the little elements, and I decided to have them all with some pink and red tones. And then I decided to use the same color scheme also for birds. I think they are not so fantastic, but I think overall this looks nice. This was also a very simple and relaxing page. And this one I also did during our vacation. And we went to Sweden this summer, and I was so inspired that I colored this house like a little uh, red Swedish cottage. I was really inspired to do that. And then, yeah, the rest is just fantasy colors. Yeah, I had fun with that one. This was one of the earliest pages that I did, but I really like how I did all those little elements. I think they turned out all really pretty. Like those two dragons. I did them after I did the dinosaurs, and I decided that they should not be blue or green, and that's why they are red and purple. I mean, there's enough green already with the leaves here, right? This is a super simple one that I did. Again, some circular ornaments here. I used the same dark green for the background of all of them, so they kind of fit together. And I really like this one as well. Again, some smaller ornaments. And the colors that I used here, I took over from this page. This one I have also colored together with my mom. And I really like how they turned out differently. We just both did the narwhal in pink. I thought this would fit because it's like a sea unicorn, and I wanted to make it a bit um, fantasy looking, not too realistic. This one as well. And there we are. This is already the end, and I even colored those little elements on the color palette test page. And that was it. My first completed coloring book. So let me know in the comments what you think about this project. Do you have any completed coloring books, or do you have any plans to complete a coloring book? I actually did not have the plan, but this book just filled up so quickly. And I'm super proud that I made it. I never thought this would happen actually, because I have so many coloring books. I thought it would be really unlikely that I managed to complete one. But in this one, really to complete a page was so much quicker than in most other books. It was actually doable, and I enjoyed it a lot. I'm so much looking forward to Johanna's next smaller book. I've seen it's already announced, and I'm definitely going to get that one as well. All right, then thank you so much for watching. If you like, leave me some comments, and other than that, I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.